Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Trivia Club on this Tuesday, everyone. Thank you for joining the chat. Say hello in the chat. Let us know your team name once you have one. You can be teams of anyone. From 2 to 6, we usually do. But you can team with those in your house. You can play against those in your house. Or, of course, you can team with those across the internet if you'd like as well. Good to have you. Live from this Trivia Clubhouse for another Tuesday Trivia with Trivia Club. Hello, Matt and Chelsea and family. Down by the bay, hello, hello. Oh, and happy birthday to April as well. Hey. Just saying hey, they say. Yes, let us know your team name in the chat. Say hello to all the other teams that you're competing against. We'll be getting started for this Trivia Club and the 20 questions of trivia goodness in about 5 minutes at 7:05. Hello, Michelle. Good to have you taking part again as well. Hello to the ghosts of BB Rebozo. Good old BB Rebozo. Good to have everyone in taking part. Yes, let us know your team names as we're getting started. All you need is a pen and a piece of paper to take part in this night of trivia. Write down those answers on that piece of paper, of course, as we go along. Hello to the Cunning Stunts. Good to have you back as well. Always good to see the familiar Trivia Club team names. And now the familiar Trivia Clubhouse team names as well. Hello to Cheryl. Good to have you back playing as well. We'll get started in another minute or two's time. So yeah, let us know how you're doing. Let us know your team name in the live chat. We've got the tree, of course, set up for this holiday season as of, I think it was like December 1st. We popped it up. Even before, like November 23rd, 24th. Hello to Too Fast, Too Curious. Good to have you here, as well as the returning team with last week's top score, Reince Priebus's Rancid Pubis, which is just a fun team name to say. It's one of those team names like Down by the Bay that I can't help but put a little extra inflection on it. Why? I don't know. I do not know. Hello to Cookie Faced. Good to have you back playing the Trivia Club. We'll be getting started in another minute's time. While you're joining in, say hello in the live chat. Let us know that you're here taking part. We look forward to all the teams that join in tonight. I do love my sister. It's true. Hello. Wait, what was the ... Unless it's because I'm like my sister with the Christmas tree. Maybe that's it too. Alrighty. We'll be getting started in another moment's time. Say hello in the live chat if you've not already. Let us know your team name as we're playing along. And if you're playing along afterwards, don't forget to say hello in the comments. And let us know your score at the end of the night as well with that. But without much further ado, let's get to it in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome to Trivia Club.
Hello, one and all. Welcome to Trivia Club, live from this Trivia Clubhouse. I'm your host, Russel Harder, the man with the bow tie, the man with that trivia plan. This trivia is planned for 20 questions of trivia goodness. This is the 35th edition, live streamed from this Trivia Clubhouse for Night of Trivia. Thank you all for joining in, and thank you for spending your time with Trivia Club as always. If you want to support Trivia Club outside of spending your time with Trivia Club every Tuesday, and really, if that's all you can do, I thank you very much. That's all you need to do. But I've got a few options for you. If you'd like to give a one-time support payment support, show of support, you can go to paypal.me/Russel Harder. And thank you to everyone who has already supported in this way as well, including Dan Butta Bay and Agatha Quisdy, and for continued support and the perks that will come with that. And also, let me know what perks you would like. I've got the Patreon up as well. Once again, it is patreon.com/Trivia Club. Thank you to our newest patrons. Speaking of which, thank you to Alexandra Egley and Michelle and Deutsch Lineval as well. Lineval. We went through this beforehand just to make sure I could nail it. I always do. Thanks again to Jacob Ginsburg as well. And thank you to Kevin Morgan and Dylan Morgan for their continued support. Speaking of supporting outside of even Trivia Club, remember to wear that mask if you're going outside. Keep yourself safe now more than ever. It is the kindness that you can do not only for yourself, but for others, and you will influence others simply by wearing your mask. Keep safe out there. Keep others safe. Speaking of those at high risk as well, something that, as I've noted, is near and dear to my heart is the cystic fibrosis community. So CF Canada, or Cystic Fibrosis Canada, if you'd like to find out more about them or donate to that organization, you can find out more at cysticfibrosis.ca. Alrighty. Tonight is 20 questions of trivia goodness, as I noted. Some classic pub style trivia, some game show games, and of course the Trivia Royale. All you need is a pen and a piece of paper to write down your answers on. So please get that ready if you have not yet. I won't be able to interact with the participants of trivia, as I always have loved to do, but if you haven't yet, say hello in the live chat. Let us know your team name. And otherwise, chat amongst yourselves. Really? Whatever you want to be talking about. This is a safe space, so enjoy that. Unless it's the answers, then keep it to yourself. Speaking of answers, we end every night with a bit of bonus trivia. It is a Trivia Club anagram, which is called I Built a VCR, because I Built a VCR is actually an anagram of Trivia Club. And last week's anagram, I wanted you to find the title of a song by The Weeknd, and the anagram was Fancy Fact Melee, and the song was Can't Feel My Face. A little bit of a tricky bit there if you thought that it's I can't feel my face. No eyes necessary. That anagram was for Can't Feel My Face. Alrighty. What can we win tonight? Well, there is bragging rights, as always, to win with the team who takes back home, stays at home with the top score. And you can always win that golden VHS in your mind's eye. Whatever you want it to be, that can be your golden VHS. You can find out more about trivia at Trivia Club on Twitter, on Facebook, on YouTube, triviaclub.ca, with all that information always readily available, those stats and achievements and extracurricular activities, and of course the Instagram that we've been having fun with the last month or so, month or two, month and a half. at Instagram.com/TriviaClubCA. Like and subscribe these things. Let us know or share with your friends. Get the word out about Trivia Club. Yes, like this video as well if you haven't already. That'll help others see this trivia goodness. And if you're needing any entertainment, any trivia goodness for your private events this holiday season, remember that Trivia Club is also available to host a trivia event over Zoom. Yes, indeed. So let us know that Trivia Club event you'd like us to host. Get in contact with me through any of the social medias, and I would be happy to help you with that. There's only 3 cardinal rules when it comes to Trivia Club. That is, be smarter than that internet connection. Yes, if you're cheating to find the answers, you're only cheating yourself. Don't answer any of the questions in the comment section. No, keep that competitive spirit sharp. And yes, write down your answer on that piece of paper. Save the live chat for good old general chatter. And the only other rule of Trivia Club is tell everybody about Trivia Club. Cheers. Before I get started, anyone else to say hello to? Hello to F. Billy Zane. Welcome back. Hello to the questionables as well. Excellent. Good to see everybody. Hello to Ron and Di. Hello to Ron Di. Good to have everybody back and to play some trivia. So let's jump into it, shall we? Trivia Club at Home number 35. Here we go. Question number 1. It is about the Canadian athletes of the year, of the week, of the day, actually. So question number 1. For only the 3rd time, the Lou Marsh Trophy for Canadian Athlete of the Year was given to co-winners who weren't either part of a rowing or figure skating pair. So for a point each, name the football players, one American football player, one an international football player or soccer player, that were given the Lou Marsh Trophy in 2020. Yes, the top Canadian Athlete of the Year, as voted by the Canadian press. Which 2 football players won that Lou Marsh Trophy? This is one American football player, one NFL player, and another international football player or soccer player. That's your question number 1. 2 possible points to be won right off the bat. In news that is admittedly so fresh that I think it's only like 5 hours old. Hopefully it's not too out of left field for you. I say this knowing there are Americans playing along, so don't worry. It gets a little less Canadian right after this. And then more Canadian, and then less Canadian. I mean, it ebbs and flows. But Trivia Club, gotta give those shout outs to CanCon, or the government might shut me down. Okay, question number 2. Breaking in the new year with question number 2. In October of this year, just a couple of months ago, top-ranked Magnus Carlsen ended a record 125-game winning streak at what game? Once again, in October of this year, top-ranked Magnus Carlsen ended a record 125-game winning streak at what game? Question number 3. So question number 3, we're going to ask you about some solo subs. Just a single sub. So what was the subtitle? What was the subtitle of Tom Holland's first solo Spider-Man movie? What was the subtitle of Tom Holland's first solo Spider-Man movie? Spider-Man blank. That was your question number 3. And question number 4, we're going to ask you to connect for the point on this one. So what's the connection between the answers of 2 and 3? Yes, what do those answers to those questions have in common? What is the connection between 2 and 3? This is a outside of the box sort of answer. So think about how they connect. Question number 2, once again. In October of this year, top-ranked Magnus Carlsen ended a record 125-game winning streak at what game? And question number 3, what was the subtitle of Tom Holland's first solo Spider-Man movie? And question number 4, what is the connection between the answers of 2 and 3? And hello, Ed. Question number 5 now. It is called Best Known For. So for question number 5, I ask you to name the 4 projects that, according to the Internet Movie Database.com and its algorithm, that the following actor is quote-unquote known for. So according to IMDb.com, at InternetMovieDatabase.com, what are the, in this case, 3 movies and 1 video game, that's a new one, 1 video game that Elliot Page is known for? Yes, what are the 3 movies and 1 video game that Elliot Page is known for? This is according to the algorithm of IMDb.com. So it could be notable stuff, or it could be box office, or it could be awards that garnered them this recognition, this knowable forness. And I also want to take a moment to celebrate Elliot Page, of course. From what little I know about the journey that some people have to go through to share the news of who they are, I just want to say thank you to Elliot. Thank you to everyone who has to go through that, who has the courage to be completely themselves. I send my love to them. And yes, for question number 5, it is 3 movies and 1 video game. Question number 6. Question number 6 now is called A Drop in Which Ocean? So for your question number 6, what ocean are you standing in if you waded into the waters of the Gulf of Honduras? Once again, what ocean are you standing in if you waded into the waters of the Gulf of Honduras? Question number 7 now. It's another question about the importance of pronouns. So your question number 7. Take me away from an old honeyed liquor, and you get this. Found in the pages of a magazine or on television or on the internet. Once again, take me away from an old honeyed liqueur or liquor, and you get this. Found in the pages of a magazine or on TV or the internet. It's everywhere. Question number 8 now is called Bit by Bit. It is our audio clue of the night. I'm going to play an 8-bit version of a popular song, and you name that song for a point. Name the musical act responsible for that song for a second possible point. Except it's not going to be the actual song. Once again, it's going to be an 8-bit version of that. So think of it as an old Nintendo tune or a Nokia flip phone ringtone. Here we go. Our question number 8, that bit by bit. Name this song, name the musical act responsible. On my question number 8. That was that question number 8, that bit by bit. Name that song, name the musical act responsible for that tune. Hello to the Metelgens as well. Good to have you taking part. There you go. Question number 9. It is called Tag the Line. So I'm going to ask you a tagline from a movie poster, and you name that movie. So the movie poster's tagline: "The last man on earth is not alone." Ooh. The last man on earth is not alone. Well, that's nice. Name that movie, that question number 9. That's your question number 9. Question number 10 is our first game show game of the night. It is called Survey Says. Survey Says is our spin on the Family Feud. I'm going to ask you an actual Family Feud survey question. So you not only give me your best guess, but what you think is the best, or not the best, the most popular answer from the 100 Americans surveyed. So that question number 10 at Survey Says, name a North American city that starts with the letter M. Once again, name a North American city, a city in North America that starts with the letter M. M as in mom. That's that question number 10. Remember, you want to give me not only your best guess at this city that starts with the letter M, but also what you think is the number one guess is as per the 100 American survey. If you can guess their guess right on, that is 5 possible points to be won. Question number 11. We're going to ask you about the best part of waking up. So your question number 11. What coffee company was bought by Procter & Gamble in 1963 and sold to Smuckers in 2008? Once again, name that coffee company that was bought by Procter & Gamble in 1963 and sold to Smuckers in 2008. Question number 12, as we continue further into the middle of this trivia night, a trailer. So, your question number 12, a trailer was just released yesterday, in fact, about a new mini-movie that will air next week on the Lifetime channel, presented by this fast food restaurant called A Recipe for Seduction, that stars Mario Lopez as Harlan Sanders. Once again, a trailer was just released yesterday about a new mini-movie that will air next week on Lifetime, presented by this fast food restaurant company, however you want to look at it, called A Recipe for Seduction, that stars Mario Lopez as Harlan Sanders. Now that question number 12 has finished, that trailer has concluded. Question number 13 is a question about a 13-letter word. So for that 13-letter word, cymbals, triangles, and tambourines are among the instruments played by this musician in an orchestra. A 13-letter word. Once again, cymbals, triangles, and tambourines are among the instruments played by this musician in an orchestra. A 13-letter word. And in checking your answer, don't forget to spell it correctly, I guess I could also say. And I'm pretty sure, speaking of which, that I spelled it correctly, but I have been known not to. Question number 14. Now we're speaking parenthetically. So your question number 14. This Simple Minds song had the parenthetical title, Forget About Me, which would seem counterintuitive if you didn't know the song's title. Once again, this Simple Minds song had the parenthetical title, Forget About Me, which would actually seem counterintuitive if you didn't know the song's full title. Question number 15. It's our countdown takedown question. This is another game show game question. It is played with Price is Right rules, but with a twist. I'm going to ask you a question with a number for the answer. And for that number, if you get it right directly on, that is 5 points. Yes, 5 points for you to win tonight. If you're within 25% of the actual number without going over, that is 2 possible points. If you're outside of that 25% range, though, that is 0 points to be won. So remember, if you're even 1 over, 0 points. If you're right on, 5 points. If you're within 25% of that actual number, that is 2 points. And if you're outside of that 25% range, that is, once again, 0 points. But it keeps you from doing the $1, Bob, so it's the best I can do. So question number 15, our countdown takedown. 33,000 companies in Japan have been around for more than 100 years. And that includes Nintendo, which first started selling trading cards 131 years ago. It's an amazing fact. Enjoy it. At least this number of companies, less than 25, I'll say, have generally accepted claims of continuous operation since the first millennium in Japan. That means this number of companies in Japan have generally accepted claims of being more than 1,000 years old. And I will say yes, for these companies, this includes companies like manufacturers, but it also does include hotels as well, or like stuff, companies as like hotels within that 25 company range, less than 25. One of those pieces of trivia that isn't exactly current events within the actual trivia of it, like explicitly, but it's just fun to think about. It's cool in a specifically Trivia Club way. Speaking of which, question number 16, I'm going to quiz you about the many jobs of famous magicians. I mean, you're a Trivia Club. You didn't expect anything to be actually too cool, so thank you. So, question number 16. This notable magician began as a trapeze artist known as Eric, Prince of the Air. He also was for a time, known as Proja, the Wild Man of Mexico, but quit that sideshow act after an audience member hit him in the face with a slab of meat hard enough to make both of his eyes swell shut. So once again, name that a notable magician. He has that famous magician who began as a trapeze artist known as Eric, Prince of the Air, and was also for a time known as Proja, the Wild Man of Mexico, but quit that Wild Man act after an audience member hit him so hard in the face with a slab of meat that both of his eyes swelled shut. I would too. No, I would also quit that sidetrack, yeah. My eyes have been okay. Luckily, I don't get slapped in the face with a slab of meat too often when doing trivia. Phrasing? Too late now. It's on the internet. All right. Name that magician. Let's get on to question number 17. It stinks. Yes, with question number 17, I'm going to give you a bad review for a movie that is generally thought of as good, and you name that movie. So, for this movie, Bob Graham of the San Francisco Chronicle wrote, "If anybody ever wanted to see the movie star shaved naked and covered with slime, now is the chance. He plays a computer hacker who stumbles into a vague awareness that this world is but the dim reflection of a controlling cyber world out there. We know he is puzzled about which reality he is currently occupying because he squinches up his eyebrows. So once again, if anyone ever wanted to see the movie star shaved naked and covered with slime, now is the chance. He plays a computer hacker who stumbles into a vague awareness that this world is but the dim reflection of a controlling cyber world out there. We know he is puzzled about which reality he currently occupies because he squinches up his eyebrows. Name that movie from its bad review, even though it's a good movie. Question number 18. It's an 18-word hint for an 18-letter movie title. So that 18-word hint for that 18-letter movie title. It's Meryl Streep, the boss from hell, versus Anne Hathaway, the plucky ingenue, with fashion as the arena. Once again, it's Meryl Streep, the boss from hell, versus Anne Hathaway, the plucky ingenue, with fashion as the arena. And question number 19, we're going to bring back streaming episodes. Yes, I'm going to name 4 episode titles, and you name that streaming show that they belong to. So that question number 19, name the, not necessarily television show. This is not television, this is streaming from these episode titles. Those episode titles are The Child, The Siege, The Sanctuary, and The Gunslinger. Once again, The Child, The Siege, The Sanctuary, and The Gunslinger. Before we jump into question number 20, our Trivia Royale, are there any questions I can verify or clarify with the art of repetition from those first 19? Let me know in the live chat if you need anything repeated. If you need anything repeated while you're watching this afterwards, there's also the option of just scrubbing back, skipping back, skipping forward. Mark the time at 39:30 when you need to come back, I guess. Or after that, because there's questions to repeat. All right, I'm going to start with question number 6 and go towards question number 15, unless plans change. Okay, 6, 7, and then 15. So question number 6, a drop in which ocean? So what ocean are you standing in if you waded into the waters of the Gulf of Honduras? What ocean are you standing in if you have waded into the waters of the Gulf of Honduras? Question number 7. Take me, away from an old honeyed liquor or liqueur, and you get this, or this word, found in the pages of a magazine or on television or the internet. Really, they're everywhere. I'll do number 9, 11, and 15. I'm coming for 15 and then back for number 1. Question number 9. Name the movie from this poster tagline. Your question number 9. The last man on earth is not alone. The last man on earth is not alone. Excuse me. Question number 11. So, our question number 11 is called The Best Part of Waking Up. And that question, what coffee company was bought by Procter & Gamble in 1963 and sold to Smuckers in 2008? And number 15, once again. 33,000 companies in Japan have been around for more than 100 years. And this includes Nintendo, which first started selling trading cards 131 years ago. At least this number of companies, I will say the number is less than 25, have generally accepted claims of continuous operation since the first millennium. So they are over 1,000 years old. And question number 1, I believe, is the only one remaining. Thank you for your patience, Dylan. So here we go. For only the 3rd time, the Lou Marsh Trophy for Canadian Athlete of the Year was given to co-winners who weren't part of a rowing or figure skating pair. Because, I mean, it's Canadian Athlete Award, so there's going to be rowers and figure skaters. But for a point each, name the football players. One, in fact, was an American football player. The other was an international football player, so a soccer player, that were given the Lou Marsh Trophy in 2020. Name those Canadian athletes for a point each that were awarded the Lou Marsh Trophy this year. Actually, this week, this afternoon. That was when the results were official. Just a few hours ago, actually. So apologies if you weren't paying attention to the news. I believe that's everything. Did I miss anyone? I believe we're good. All right, here's this question number 20, that Trivia Royale question. 10 possible points to be won here, so give us your 10 answers on this question number 20. And then we'll be jumping into the answers. After the answers, let us know how many points you got. But before we mark those papers, at question number 20, let me cue up the 5 minutes time limit. Yes, for our lightning round here at Trivia Club, we give you 5 minutes, which is both fast but fair. Doesn't seem too fast when you're outside of it, but once you're inside of it, oh boy. There you go. For a moment, I did not know how my phone worked. Okay. Where's the thing that I need to do the thing with? So 5 minutes on the clock. According to Amazon's data, you know, the person whose name I don't want to say because it might set off your smart speakers, but according to Amazon's data, and as of December 6, 2020, what are any 10 of the 30 websites with the highest traffic in the US? And this is actually not including, I will say, not including the top 5, so not including Google, YouTube, Amazon, Yahoo, and Facebook. I am also surprised that Yahoo is on that list, but 5 minutes now, counting down. So according to Amazon's data, the name I can't say because everyone has smart speakers, so it might just start telling you the answer. But as of December 6, 2020, what are any 10 of the 30 websites, top 30 websites with the highest traffic in the US? This is not including the top 5 of Google, YouTube, Amazon, Yahoo, and Facebook, which also means good for Yahoo. This does not include any websites outside, not any websites, any traffic outside of the US. Think of those websites that might have high traffic, not including at least 4 of the 5 that you were maybe thinking of. But this is current data, so currently popular websites, high traffic websites. Web only or including apps? I believe it is web only, but it might also include apps because, I mean, from looking at it, I can see the traffic of apps being a part of this, but it would be websites that also have a web presence, not simply an app presence. So not your app-heavy social media, I will say that. Unfortunately, I don't know that for sure, so. I would certainly say highest traffic if web is certainly a part of it. Websites, certainly a part. Oh, 2 minutes remaining. Already 3 minutes gone by. That was quick. So yes, name any 10 for a point each of the, I guess, 25 possible answers, since I eliminated the top 5 of those websites with the highest traffic in the US. I've been so kind with Trivia Clubhouse, and all of a sudden I'm like, I'm going to take away 5 points. Or 4 easier to get points, and also Yahoo, which you might have answered. They do great sports stuff. I also get the question of measured by views or total data transferred. I don't have that answer either, so I would say I don't know. Yeah. Use either to your discretion, since yes, I don't have that information in front of me, unfortunately. Less than a minute remaining. $30 seconds coming up, actually. Coming up on 30 seconds. Fifteen seconds remaining to write down those answers. Finalize the answers here. Finalize your answers across the board. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beep, 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 beep. And wanting to keep up with that top 10, I just made it seem incredibly fast all of a sudden. I realized I was saying 10 at 8 and just got away on me. Alrighty, finalize those answers and get ready to mark your papers on this question. Questions number 1 through 20 on this Trivia Clubhouse number 35, December 8th edition of Trivia Club. So here we go. Trivia Club at home. Question number 1, Canadian Athlete of the Year of the Week of today. Officially. Yes, only 3 times, including this year, has the Lou Marsh Trophy for Canadian Athlete of the Year been given to co-winners who weren't a winning pair of athletes initially. So, for a point each, the football players, one American, one international, one Kansas City actually related, the other one Bayern Munich, so German-based, that were given the Lou Marsh Trophy in 2020. That'd be Alphonso Davies for a point and Laurent Duvernay-Tardif for a second point. I'm surprisingly good at the pronunciation of that second one because I was listening to a lot of sports radio today. Once again, that's Alphonso Davies and Laurent Duvernay-Tardif for a second point. Question number 2, breaking in the new year. In October of this year, I guess breaking out the new year, top-ranked Magnus Carlsen ended a 125-game winning streak, a record at this game. That would be chess. Magnus finally lost at chess. And question number 3, solo subs. So what was the subtitle of Tom Holland's first solo Spider-Man movie? This is with news of not only Doc Ock joining Spider-Man 3, but also Toby and Andrew coming back. But yes, number 1, before the multiverse, was Spider-Man Homecoming. Homecoming. So question number 4, what's the connection between chess and Homecoming? Both of them have queens and kings. Homecoming queen, homecoming king, also the chess pieces. Yeah. Queens and kings, kings and queens for that point. Question number 5. Question number 5, you're best known for. So what are the 4 projects that, according to that internet movie database.com, that IMDb.com, that Elliot Page is known for? 3 movies and a video game. The 3 movies are Juno for a point, Inception for a second point, X-Men Days of Future Past for a third point, and the video game, no, not Last of Us. That wasn't Elliot Page. Never was. That is Beyond Two Souls. I think Elliot Page actually sued the makers of Last of Us, going like, you can't actually use someone that is very similarly me without either making a few changes, or maybe they got some money. Hopefully they got some money. Question number 6. It is a drop in which ocean? So, what ocean are you standing in if you waded into the Gulf of Honduras? You are standing in the Atlantic Ocean. The Atlantic. The Gulf of Honduras is on the north coast of Honduras. And I guess it's like south of the Gulf of Mexico, on the other side of the chain of islands there. Alrighty. The Atlantic Ocean. So question number 7. Take me away from the old honeyed liqueur and you get this. So if you take me away from mead, you get ad. And you thought this was ad-free. I'll stop now. Question number 8. No, I've got survey says coming up, so get ready for more of that momentarily. Question number 8. That 8-bit version of a popular song was Psycho Killer for a point by Talking Heads for a second point. So Psycho Killer for 1 point, Talking Heads, 2 points. Or a second point. Question number 9, tag the line. The last man on earth is not alone, because there are like a lot more people, but also vampire, zombies, ghouls. I don't know what they are. It is I Am Legend. Also, he has a dog, so he's not alone. I mean, you can see it on the poster. He's got a dog. I am legend. Question number 10. Survey says, so your survey says, name a city in North America that starts with the letter M. As in mom, not nom. As in mother, not like another. If you're British and saying another. Another. I've lost that one. Can I get another? Okay. I haven't even started this question. So for 1 point, the 5 possible answers will get you points. 1 point if you thought that this city was so big they named it twice. That would be Mexico City. Mexico City in Mexico. So that's 1 point for Mexico City. 2 points if you bucked the trend on this one. That is Milwaukee, as per the Wayne's World. Don't know any of the further facts or else I'd get into those, but Milwaukee for 2 points. 3 points if you got the blues with this one, but also can carry a tune. That is Memphis. Walking with your feet 10 feet off the field. Somebody knows the lyrics to that, Dad specifically, but Memphis is 3 points. 4 points if, again, I should know the Spanish lyrics to this song, but if you said, hey, welcome, you caught that marlin, you felt the heat in Miami, welcome to Miami. And 5 points if you, man, I was something. If you didn't get a bagel, no, you got 5 points. Poutine joke entered here. Yes, Montreal is number 1 for 5 points. So 5 points if you said Montreal. 4 points for Miami. 3 points for Memphis. 2 points for Milwaukee, and 1 point for Mexico City. 10 feet off the Beale. Thank you, Hillbilly Polka Turtle. 10 feet off the Beale. Beale Street. That makes perfect sense. Walking in Memphis. Walking with my feet 10 feet off the Beale. Off of Beale. I'm reading it and I still can't even say it. Right, yeah. Misquoting even while reading directly from the prompter. Question number 11. The best part of waking up is this coffee company that was bought by Procter & Gamble in 1963 and sold to Smuckers in 2008. That would be Folgers. Folgers. Question number 12. And now a trailer. So a trailer was just released yesterday about a new mini-movie that will air next week on Lifetime, on the Lifetime channel, presented by this fast food restaurant called A Recipe for Seduction, which stars Mario Lopez as Harlan Sanders, also known as the Colonel, because he speaks the truth, that kernel of truth. That'd be presented by KFC or Kentucky Fried Chicken. I'll accept either because it says it's presented by KFC or it's presented by Kentucky Fried Chicken, even though I think everywhere but the U.S. or most places but the U.S., they don't use that name anymore because it's fried, although obviously it's fried. Question number 13, 13-letter word. Cymbals, triangles, and tambourines are among the instruments played by this musician in an orchestra. That'd be a percussionist. Percussionist. I noted the spelling thing because I actually did spell it slightly wrong. Just didn't include the second of 3 S's. That was 2 S's in a row. I only included one, and I was like, why is it only 12 letters long? Percussionist. 3 S's in it. Who knew? Most people, I'm sure. Well done. Before the parenthetical, so this Simple Minds song had the parenthetical title Forget About Me, which would seem counterintuitive if you didn't know the entire title of that song. That would be Don't You Forget About Me. Don't you. Question number 15, our countdown takedown. So yes, 33,000 companies in Japan have been around for more than 100 years. Nintendo itself is more than 100 years old. It started as a trading card company. And in fact, there are a little less than 25, but there are multiple companies that are more than a millennium old in Japan, generally accepted as such, continuously operating for that long. It's mind-blowing, but can I get a drum roll on that number? There are 19 companies in Japan that are more than a millennium old. 19. 19 for 5 points. 19. If you guessed anywhere from 18 to 14, that is still 2 points. So one of these companies, Ichiwa, sells mochi, and another one, Tanaka Iga Butsugu, and I mean, I'm sorry if I'm butchering that name because this Buddhist religious supplies company has been around since 885. Feels like there should be like a 1 in there, but no, 885. Oh, and my sister said we were singing that Simple Minds title together. So, hey. It's a family trait. There you go. Question number 16, the many jobs of famous magicians. So which notable magician began as a trapeze artist known as Eric Prince of the Air and was also a wild man of Mexico who quit that sideshow act because, I mean, it was cool at the time, but he did get slapped in the face by meat enough to really hurt himself. That would be Harry Houdini. Yes, Houdini got up to all sorts of hijinks before he, got up to further hijinks. He just locked himself and stuff. Question number 17. It stinks. Bob Graham of the San Francisco Chronicle wrote, if anyone ever wanted to see the movie star shaved naked and covered with slime, now is the chance. I mean, that's just a good review right there. He plays a computer hacker who stumbles into a vague awareness that this world is but the dim reflection of a controlling cyber world out there. We know this. We know he is puzzled about which reality he currently occupies because he squinches up his eyebrows. That would be Keanu Reeves in The Matrix. The Matrix. And The Matrix is not only both a hell of an action movie, but also a stunning, mass-marketed transgender metaphor made in 1999, which, I mean, like, bless the Wachowski sisters because they've been doing really cool stuff for years. Question number 18. 18-word hints for 18-letter movie titles. It's Meryl Streep, the boss from hell, versus Anne Hathaway, the plucky ingenue, with fashion as the arena. That is The Devil Wears Prada. Question number 19, streaming episodes. So the episode titles of this streaming show are The Child, or 4 of the episode titles. The Child, The Siege, The Sanctuary, and The Gunslinger. Most recently, or one of the more recent episodes, was The Jedi, which would have been more of a hint for the TV show The Mandalorian. Yes, the child in question is the Baby Yoda, whose real name I won't give away because it's new enough that would be a spoiler. Hint, though, his name isn't Yoda. Oh. It is not Yoda. Fun fact. I'm not going to be like, not going to spoil it, but here's the spoiler, by the way. That'd be mean. Okay, speaking of slightly mean, according to Amazon's data from Alexa, you're welcome for turning on the speaker. And as of December 6, 2020, what are any 10 of the 30 websites with the highest, or 25, I guess, with the highest traffic in the US? This is not including the top 5 of Google, YouTube, Amazon, Yahoo, and Facebook. According to this list, number 6 was Zoom, or is Zoom. Number 7 is Reddit. Number 8, Wikipedia. And it doesn't have to be in this order. I'm just letting you know the order as I'm reading off the sites. Wikipedia. Number 9 is Shopify. Number 10, eBay. 11 is Office. 12 is Netflix. 13 is Bing. I mean, all those clicks that must be happening when people are just trying to like sign in their computer. Man, remember, 13 is Bing. Number 14, Walmart. Number 15 is Live, which is, yes, one of a few Microsoft associated products on this list. Number 16 is instructor.com. Number 17 is Microsoft. Number 18 is CNN. Number 19 is Apple. Number 20 is Twitch. 21 is Instagram. 22 is Etsy. 23, the New York Times. 24 is Microsoft Online, which I have not looked into it, but is different from Microsoft, at least for this list. 25 is ESPN. 26 is Chase. 27 is Salesforce. 28, Best Buy. 29, Zillow.com. And 30 is Dropbox. Joel asks, probably shouldn't have shouted you out with this specific question, but no porn. No, I guess I should. If anyone would have double checked on that, though, maybe I also should have thought to say like, there's not going to be any porn sites, so don't even start writing them down. Although I'm sure they would otherwise be on this, right? Alexa's hiding things. Show us the real numbers. I know that not only are my parents and sister watching this, but also my grandmother. So, but yes, exactly that. I don't think this list tells the entire story. Once again, for a point each, Zoom, Reddit, Wikipedia, Shopify, eBay, Office, Netflix, Bing, good for Bing, Walmart, Live, Instructor.com, Microsoft, CNN, Apple, Twitch, Instagram, Etsy, New York Times, Microsoft Online, ESPN, Chase, Salesforce, Best Buy, Zillow.com, and Dropbox. And there is, yes, in the chat, there is righteous and deserved indignation on the fact that they clearly censored this list. And Twitter, yes, surprisingly not in the top 30, including the top 5 that I didn't include of Google, YouTube, Amazon, Yahoo, and Facebook. That hadn't really even clicked until you mentioned it. Let us know your point totals. There are 42 possible points to be won. as you're letting us know your point totals, that bonus bit of tiebreaker trivia, if needed, if you need it at home, or you can just play along as well. Enjoy it throughout the week. We'll let you know the answer next week, December 15th. But find the, in this case, Dolly Parton song. Yes, one of the people that helped create, in their own way, money. But a vaccine. Dolly Parton. Find that Dolly Parton song in the following anagram. The anagram is Foamy Costco Lorna. It's a weird anagram, I agree, but I could not pass it up. When you find ones like that, you're like, enjoy. So find that Dolly Parton song with the anagram Foamy Costco Lorna. All right, let's read out some of those team results too, shall we? So 31 points for Too Fast, Too Curious. 36 points for BB Rebozo. 33 points for Down But a Bay, just behind BB Rebozo. 31 points for F. Billy Zane. A lot of good above 30-point totals here. 29, just off that range, but still a very good score for the Questionables. 25 points for the Buddy List Travelers. 22 points for your producer. Hey, well done, your producer. And mine. The love of my life. Thank you.
Thank you.
28 points for Cookie Faced. 25 points for the Hot Boys. I have to pronounce it like that because there's a Z at the end. Thank you, of course, to Cheryl and Lou, I believe it's Lou, who were playing as well. You don't want to post your score? It's okay. Thank you for playing. 31 points for the Cunning Stunts. Another 30-point score for the Rancid Pubis. That long, long lost chief of staff. We were so young in 2016. Well done all. Let us know your score in the live chat, or if you're playing along a little bit after, of course, you can let us know your team name and live and point total in the comment section if this video ends while the live chat or before you're able to join in on this live chat. Thank you all once again for joining in. If any other point totals come in while I'm speaking, I'll shout those out. But well done all. Seems like the score to beat is the 36 points from BB Rebozo. Excellent stuff. Thank you all for joining in. We'll be back, as I noted, December 15th, next Tuesday, for the third to last, the anti-penultimate edition of Trivia Club for 2020, live from this Trivia Clubhouse. Thank you for supporting Trivia Club. Thank you to our patrons on Patreon. Once again, thank you to Alexandra, to Michelle and Deutsch, to Joel, Sean, and Jacob, to Kevin, Dylan, and Matt. Thank you all for supporting us on patreon.com/Trivia Club. Your support helps Trivia Club continue into 2021 live from this Trivia Clubhouse. So thank you. Tonight's champions are everyone that stayed inside, who wore a mask when they went out, who washed those hands, washed those hands, washed those hands. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Would you like to join in on the good nights?
Sure.
I think she's also typing on in the chat too,
Yeah.
so I'll let her finish that before.
That's okay. Oh, sorry.
That's right.
Hi.
Hello. Remember, it's not what
you know. Okay, that's
Okay,
good. Yeah.
yeah.
Take two.
Take two. Let's say that same thing that we say at the end of every night. So join in with us, won't you? Remember, it's not what you know, it's what you learn along the way.
Yeah, we did it. We did
We
it.
did it. Mwah.
Good
Thank
night,
you.
everybody.
Good night. Thank you. I love you.
I love you.
Excellent. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you. Great night. Excellent. Oh, yes. Well done to the Michelgians with 24 points for the crumpled napkins. Excellent. See you all soon. I'll let Chrissy finish the live chat.
What?
Or did you? Well done. Good job.